This match will be decided by 1-4. Please remain in your seats at all times. Please remain in your seats at all times. Hey, come on. Commence wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Aaron X. Welcome back to Rumble Wrestling TV. Commence wrestling, says Stephen Barker. That's exactly what we'll do. And don't worry about remaining in your seats if you're watching this at home, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be hard to stay in your seats when a six-man tag match of this ferocity is on tap. The Bryant brothers in the ring being stalked by the Mandem trio that is, of course, Hakan, Tyler Walker, and Nathen Blade. This one is going to be a doozy, and good luck to the referee Dave Macro. He had a hard time controlling Tommy Tanner and Tate Mayfair's in a singles matchup. How in God's name he's going to control all six of these men, I have no idea. It is a traditional tag matchup, though. 1 fall to a finish, as you see the Mandem in the middle of the ring, the trio, excuse me, and now the Bryant brothers doing what they do best. Triple leapfrog stereo. You're going to see that, and now just crashing out to the outside is, of course, the trio of Walker, Hakan, and Nathen Blade. And such is the brilliance of the Bryant brothers. Not often we get the chance to see all three in action at the same time, and a trio stereo planches from the Bryant brothers wipes out this rather bombastic team. Can you imagine just how much nonsense is going on with Hakan, Tyler Walker, and Nathen Blade? I approached these three men looking for a word before this matchup, and well, frankly, I couldn't even get a question in before they were telling me just how much they were looking forward to dismantling the Bryant brothers. They believe themselves to have everything the Bryant brothers don't. The arrogance, the power, the knowledge, the experience. Whether that will come into play in this matchup, we will see. But currently, Hakan is the legal man. And just getting the legal tag is the youngest of the Bryant brothers, Leland Bryant. What a magnificent journey he has had since debuting 2.5 years ago here at Rumble Wrestling. I've had the honor of calling and capturing so many of young Leland's matchups, and he is every bit the legit lightweight that you would expect him to be. All three of these men, of course, world-class lightweights. And of course, none better than the lightweight champion himself, Nino Bryant. Xander Bryant is the legal man, and the axe handle across the arm of Hakan, who seems to have been the isolated individual. And Walker and Blade, not particularly impressed on the outside, but Hakan is getting walked down slowly but surely by the Bryant brothers, and there will be none more fluid than, of course, the high-flying Bryant brothers. What a trio, and look at the twisting definition going on there. And Hakan able to create some separation and a strike to the midsection. Meanwhile, Nino Bryant in the other corner looking to do some damage control, and now teeing off on Hakan, the Peckham Playboy, the most outspoken of all individuals here, just stamps on the fur and just grabs their hair as well, right in front of referee Dave Macro. No respect for the officials. I'd expect nothing less from Hakan. A true world-class master of the housery. And now a European uppercut by Nathen Blade, very much the power version of the Mandem, of course, out of the three, the heaviest, the most destructive element here in Rumble Wrestling. Has proven himself to be actually quite a destructive and winning element, picking up a number of wins in singles competition here at Rumble Wrestling on Rumble Wrestling TV. And now a double back elbow by Walker and Nathen Blade, who of course are part of Project SE, and Tyler Walker and the gang seem to have isolated the Mount Mason British lightweight champion Nino Bryant in the corner. A strike to the midsection. Looks dangerously low to me, and believe me, Hakan is not above striking his opponents in the midsection. Lovely kick into the inside of the leg there, and now, oh, beautiful transition into the single Boston-legged DDT. Absolutely stunning. And speaking of which, a single-legged Boston Crab is now applied. Lovely transition wrestling. There is absolutely no denying the athleticism and the excellence of Hakan as a professional wrestler. The only thing you could deny him is the betterment of his personality. Frankly, a detestable human being in every sense. And the single-legged Boston Crab is a pride, but Nino Bryant able to break the hold, or hopefully will break the hold. And now, Hakan just driving that isolated leg, which has already been submitted to a large amount of damage. And now, speaking of damage, here comes Nathen Blade with the legal tag, the powerhouse of Project SE. And of course, this brand new trio in professional wrestling. Let's call themselves the Mandem, and now just choking the life out of Nino Bryant on the ropes, exercising all of that 5 count that referee Dave Macro has given him before he could potentially be disqualified. And Nathen Blade, to his credit, is getting in better shape, getting better as a professional wrestler, and still more and more dangerous every time we see him. Has absolutely no love lost for the Bryants. Has been in the ring with them multiple times, considers them to be his kryptonite. But right now,
5 minutes gone.
5 minutes indeed, says the big man. And now, once again, with referee Dave Macro being distracted, the Bryant brothers desperately trying to plead with Dave Macro that there are shenanigans going on. But ultimately, what Dave Macro doesn't see is going to hurt Nino Bryant even more. And this sold-out crowd here in the Style Centre in Ashford are all over the Mandem. Chants of cheater, cries of cheater from the audience, but that doesn't mean anything if referee Dave Macro doesn't catch them in the act, and that's exactly what they do so well. Well, Nathen Blade opened his mouth a little too early there, and Nino Bryant using some offense, trying to create some separation, now trying to drag himself to the opposite corner to tag in one of his younger brothers, one of the Bryant brothers, and Hakan seems to have isolated Nino Bryant for the meantime, and Enziguri though catches him flush, and now Nathen Blade, who by the way is not the legal man, ladies and gentlemen, just taking liberties here, and a super kick from Nino Bryant hopefully will create even more separation. Nino Bryant has to make a tag. He has suffered a lot of destruction. Oh, come on! Well, the legal tag was about to be made, and meanwhile Tyler Walker with the distraction pulling Xander off of the apron, and Nathen Blade just squashes poor Nino Bryant in the corner like a pancake pinning combination. But the Mal Mason British lightweight champion Nino Bryant, ever present as the lightweight champion since it came back into fruition 3.5 years ago. Unstoppable as lightweight champion, and also showing the heart and desire. Stalling suplex applied by Hakan, and meanwhile transition into a fireman's carry by Tyler Walker, and Nathen Blade gets a legal tag. Samoan drop by Walker. Nathen Blade looking for a big old splash out of the corner, does so, drops all of that 270-pound frame right across the chest of Nino Bryant, but he's still in the fight, he's still in the game, and Hakan looks beside himself. Can't believe that wasn't a free count. You best believe it will take every last bit of effort, every last bit of destruction to ground the incredible aerial heart and desire of Nino Bryant. Hakan is looking to send Nathen Blade into the corner and just crush Nino Bryant, but Nino Bryant was wise to it. Back elbow, and now a boot up against Tyler Walker, looking to remove Hakan from the equation. Goes up and over beautifully. Legal tag has been made. Here comes the middle-aged Bryant brother himself, Xander Bryant, arguably the most well-rounded of the Bryant brothers, at least in my estimation, for all I've seen. Beautiful super kick after ducking under the clothesline. Xander Bryant now springboard, crossbody, wipes out Hakan, pinning combination. Referee Dave Macro's right there, just a 2 count, but man, Xander Bryant is absolutely heaving with energy, full of life, full of vinegar here in this 6-man tag team matchup, and potentially looking for a power bomb. Oh wow, beautiful, lands on his feet out of the back body drop attempt from Hakan. Puts the brakes on. Beautiful transition into a power bomb. Wow, incredible power on display considering the size and strength of Hakan. Tyler Walker's in the ring, illegally might I add, and now the Bryant brothers looking for that beautiful neckbreaker spear combination. Tandem offense that we've come to expect. Vintage Bryant offense, stuck with clotheslines, and now a double super kick applied to Hakan, courtesy of Leland and Xander. Off the top is the cry. Something that they find very easy, do the Bryant brothers. And now ascending to the top rope are Xander and Leland Bryant. And Nathen Blade up on the apron. Unfortunately, Leland Bryant caught a nasty collision there. Meanwhile, oh man, well, Xander Bryant decided to go for the splash anyway, but Hakan had enough time off the distraction to get the knees up. A bad collision. Xander Bryant looking much worse for wear on the outside, and Tyler Walker and Hakan looking to isolate the legal man as we speak. Leland Bryant, Irish whip into the corner. Nathen Blade now in the ring as well. And all three of these men looking to dissect poor Leland Bryant, who's taking a hell of a lot of offense here. And now a huge deep six from Nathen Blade to Leland Bryant, who still somehow is able to get his shoulder off the canvas. And credit to the kid. Hakan now, I believe, mocking the Bryant brothers, says off the top. And poor Leland Bryant completely isolated here at the hands of this devastating trio. Over 600 pounds of pro wrestling offense here against arguably one of the lightest, albeit most devastating aerial combatants we have here in Rumble. And meanwhile, Nathen Blade wasn't paying attention, malfunction at the junction, and now all three Bryant brothers look to be working in tandem once again. And Nathen Blade and Tyler Walker have been apprehended courtesy of the Bryant brothers, along with, of course, Hakan. And meanwhile, Leland Bryant, he's up to the top. Huge flying crossbody. He's looking for the pinfall combination, opted against it. Tyler Walker dumped to the outside, and now Hakan finds himself all alone against the ultimate high-flying trio of the Bryant brothers. Irish whip by Nino, and look at that, beautiful, almost a Dudley death drop with a gutbuster in between. Unique offense, and off the top is the cry once again. Nino Bryant directing traffic here, telling Leland and Zander to ascend to the top rope. But don't forget, Hakan is the legal man, ladies and gentlemen. Leland perched up top, big splash off the top. Now, can Zander Bryant deliver his end of the bargain? Yes, he can. Nino Bryant's the legal man. Paid for, and the Bryant brothers pick up the win over the trio of the Mandem.